helping Westtnile in as far as road infrastructure is concerned. So the rest of the road projects are to be undertaken, and they are considered to be the ongoing projects currently being done to help the people of Westtnile also to enjoy the national cake like any other person who is living in this region. So the ongoing work that is currently taking place is Atiak Ajumani Umi Road. That is 66 kilometers. For those who have ever been to Ajumani and you were able to use the Gulu Atiak up to that is a Nimule Road. If you branch off to Ajumani from Atiak, you will be able to testify that the kind of road that is being worked on and the standard, it is a high-class standard that is under Dino project, that is the development initiative for northern Uganda, and we do appreciate very much the government of the Republic of Uganda for thinking about the people of Westtnile from the other side of the Ajumani by working on that particular road. So for those who will be coming to Westtnile, and if you want to reach Ajumani and you cross to this side of Westtnile, it will be very, very successful for you, because the kind of road that you will be driving on, you will never feel any backache like those who are using, that is Karuma Pakwach Road currently, much as the Uganda National Road Authority have said that they are working on that particular road. So this is something that you need to know, that it is ongoing. So they have not yet completed, and I believe by May this year that road will be commissioned. And remember, Dino project has come to a close, so we believe that by that particular time the road will be completed to the standard that is supposed to be done, and that is something I felt it is important that I should be able to tell you this morning. So Uganda National Road Authority was able to tell the members of parliament from Westtnile that they are going to work on Olweyo Pakwash Road. So currently they are saying that the work on Olweyo Pakwash Road is ongoing, and that is 62.5 kilometers from Olweyo up to Pakwash. And then Alui Nebi Road, that is around 40 point something kilometer. That is between Nebi and Alui. So I would say between Nebi and Pakwach. So those who always use that road, you know what is happening on that particular road also. That is also the work of the government of the Republic of Uganda through the Uganda National Road Authority. And remember, the money that is being used for that particular refurbishment of that road is a World Bank money. So that is something I felt it is important that I should be able to tell you this morning. So there are bridges that are under construction, and among the bridges include the Allah Bridge, the Gazi Bridge, the Asha, the Osu, here in Arua City, the Koshi, the Odra and Amua. So these are the bridges that the Uganda National Road Authority said that they are working on them. So these bridges are in Westtnile. They are not in other parts of this country. So they are in Westtnile. So this is the status report that you need to know. So planned projects, according to Uganda National Road Authority, through that is the Ministry of Works and Transport. There are projects that they have really planned to implement here in Westtnile sub-region in as far as a road network is concerned. One is a Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road. That is 103 kilometers. And this Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road has been a song. I do not know how many years we have taken with listening to this particular song of tamaking that particular. I do not know whether they're going to tarmac, but the actual project is to tarmac that particular road. There has been issues to do with compensation, according to according to Yumbe District local government officials, saying that there are some households who were not compensated, and that is why the work was taking long. So in the process of waiting for the road to be tarmacked, Uganda National Road Authority, Arua substation, should be able to take charge of that particular road in as far as maintenance is concerned. So the Moyo substation should also be able to handle their side from Moyo up to Yumbe. So there is a demarcation for the UNRWA Arua sub-office and also Moyo sub-office, where they're supposed to work and stop to see that the road is, is always good for the people to use. So we are waiting for the tarmacking of that particular road. So Uganda National Road Authority said that they have in plan that is improving on that is Karuma Olweyo Road. And remember, the other time there was a big tree that fell on that particular road, and it forced the people who were from Westtnile and those from that is Kampala to use that is Koshgoma Road. You have to pass via Naka up to Koshgoma, then you will be able to branch off up to Lee area, then you will be able to get to Konakamdini, and then you will proceed to Kampala. So later on, they were able to, to cut down the tree, and they were able to split the tree as well. So currently, people are now using that particular road. So we believe that there are some spots that are not good, Karuma to Olweyo, and according to Uganda National Road Authority, they say that they're going to work on that particular road. So they're going to improve the condition of the road to see that people really have good access right there. So the issues to do with Laropi Moyo Jale Road is also in plan, and that is a 32 kilometer, and if possible it has to be tarmacked. Laropi Bridge, and you have to know that the people in Madi sub-region plus other West Nilers, they are continuing to advocate for the construction of Laropi Bridge, and this is something that the government of the Republic of Uganda has not forgotten about, and through Uganda National Road Authority, they have taken this up on several occasions. A member of parliament from Madi sub-region have been raising this matter on the floor of parliament. I can remember vividly the member of parliament from Moyo West, and that is none other than Honorable Tom Azar, was able to present this on the floor of parliament of the Republic of Uganda, asking the speaker to inform the Minister of Works and Transport to fast track the implementation of the construction of Laropi Bridge right that side in Madi sub-region. So I believe that there are paperwork that are going on, and there are meetings that are also taking place in regards to this. So we also recognize some figures in this particular advocacy of the construction of Laropi Bridge. The former member of parliament for Bongi County, Honorable Kapsas and Fungaro, is one of those who have been advocating for the construction of Laropi Bridge right there. So we believe that the construction of the bridge will be undertaken. And also I have to tell you that in plan, the upgrading Manibe-Yumbe Road, 77 kilometer, the road was also given some funding from JICA, that is a Japanese International Cooperation Agency. Some money was given to the government of the Republic of Uganda to see that Manibe-Yumbe Road is improved. So that is something that the members of parliament from this region can also fast track and see the implementation of that particular project, whether it is really supporting and also helping the people of this particular region. And somewhere, if you have left Terego as you proceed to Yumbe, there is a bridge that has been worked on, and I think a few kilometers have been tarmacked, and that is something that we cannot take for granted. You have to know that Nebi Goli Paida Road, Vora Road, something that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been singing about whenever he comes to Western Sub-region. I believe that this time around in the next financial year that we are going to start on 1st of July this year, this will be undertaken, and the construction will be done right there. So this is something I felt it is important that you should also not forget that out of this Nebi Goli Paida Zombo Vora Road, there is also 10 kilometer that is from Zombo Town Council to that is War via the Lur Kingdom headquarters that is at Kalatiak. So the road is supposed also to be tarmacked. That is according to a letter that I was able to see when the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyushin Grace Freedom, was able to present this matter before the President of the Republic of Uganda when he came last year for the 12th coronation of the Alur King right there at Kalatiak. So these are some of the issues that we cannot forget, and they are in our memory, and we cannot rub them just off like that. So I need to continue to remind you that there are some commitments that were made by the head of state and those who make decisions in this country called Uganda. And you have also to know that in plan, Jumani Obongi Kulikulinga Road, which is 138 kilometer for those who have ever used that particular road. That is Jumani Obongi Kulikulinga. Then Panyimur Pakwash Rhinocam Obongi Moyo Road, that is one of the security roads that we have in Western Sub-region, is a 290 kilometer. This is also in plan according to Uganda National Road Authority. Kilak Rhinocam Road, 99 kilometer. kilometer, and that is from the other side of Amuru. So you will be able to connect to Rhinocam up to Wandi for those who have ever used Wandi Rhinocam Road, and you will be able to connect up to Clark, that is in Amuru, using the ferry. So this is also in plan according to Uganda National Road Authority. And you have to know also that Arua City, Leah Odramachaku Road, that is 20.6 kilometer. For those who have ever gone to Odramachaku via Leah, you know what I'm talking about. The road need to be worked on. Currently, the dust that is being generated in Arua City, it is the dust that is coming from that particular road. So I believe the Uganda National Road Authority will not take long to work on this particular road, because it is one of the busiest roads that we do have in West Nile in as far as economic development is concerned, because we have a number of people who do business between Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo. That those Congolese who also use this particular road to come to the city and do business with the Ugandans who are really doing businesses here in Arua City. And this is something that you need to know. Pakwash in the Oshoko Road, which is 93.6 kilometer. For those who have ever used that is Oshoko Madiokolo, you go up to that is Pawar, up Wadilai, and then you get out from Pakwash. This road is 93.6 kilometer, and Uganda National Road Authority said that they have not forgotten about this. They also have this in plan, and they will see how they will be able to implement this as well. Panyimur, Parombo, Erusi Road. For those who have ever gone to Parombo, you have ever gone to Panyimur. From Panyimur, you connect to Parombo. From Parombo, you climb to Erusi up to Gole, Gole up to Paida. This is also a road belonging to Uganda National Road Authority. For your information, it is not under the management of Nebi District Local Government or Pakwash District Local Government. So it is the responsibility of Uganda National Road Authority to see that this road is worked on. So whenever the road is not in good state, I urge the people of Pakwash, the people of Nebi to see that they have a meeting with Uganda National Road Authority to see that the road is worked upon, because it is their responsibility right there. So New Pakwash Bridge is also in plan. I remember last year we were hit by flooding of the River Nile that affected transportation for the people from this region and for the people who are on the other side of River Nile. So Uganda National Road Authority has it in plan that they will be able to think of having a new Pakwash Bridge. And then Kiakia Bridge is also in plan. Rhinocam Amoro ferry landing sites is also one of the projects that Uganda National Road Authority will not be able to forget. So all the stakeholders have been urged to follow planning, financing, implementation, and commissioning for use the above planned roads and bridges infrastructural network projects to improve transportation of people, goods, and services in the region, as we are talking about the parish development model. And I believe that if these roads are really worked upon, the aspect of one of the pillars of that is the value chain and also marketing will be really sorted, because without a proper road network, even if we are given 100 million per parish, we shall not be able to benefit from the money, simply because the road network will not really facilitate us properly in as far as the implementation of the program is concerned. And I believe that Uganda National Road Authority will not forget about the current program that is being rolled out to different parishes that we do have. And what connects the different parishes with the markets, it is the road network. So the road network need to be worked on, and that is something that I can really add to the voices of the members of parliament from West Nile under their West Nile parliamentary caucus that is being shared by the member of parliament for Ora County, Honorable Songa Lawrence Bijika, right there, plus other executive members who are seeing how the caucus can really move on very well. All right, away from that, dear viewer, I felt it is important that I should be able to bring to your attention this particular matter this morning. We still have more for you. This morning, you need to know that commissioning of Kopoko General Hospital maternity ward was done yesterday by the State Minister for Health, General Duty Honorable Anifa Kawoya Bagirana, who is the minister in charge of General Duty in the Ministry of Health. You also need to know that accompanying the State Minister of Health is the representative of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, that is Deputy Representative Jason Hepps. And the 1.9 billion shillings maternity award is funded by United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. I think the reason why United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees decided to fund this particular facility, it is because Koboko is one of the refugee hosting districts. For your information, there are a great number of refugees who are living in the Koboko district and also Koboko municipality, more especially in the sub-county of Lubole. For those who have ever been to that sub-county, there is a settlement that is recognized internationally. So I think a United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees felt it important that Koboko district should be supported in as far as health services is concerned, because without the support, it becomes a little bit very hard for the municipality and also the district to draw resources to see how they can really support the ever-increasing number of the persons who are really living in the two local government units that are in Koboko right there. So that is something I felt it is important that I should be able to bring to your attention this morning. Dear viewer, we still have more for you this morning that to commemorate the work and contributions of the late Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Parliament is today sitting at exactly 7:30 for what we call the Uganda Parliamentary Fellowship that will host fellowship this morning at 7:30 that is the parliamentary chamber, that is the staff lounge right there from 7:30 to 8:30. So they will be able also to commemorate the work and the contribution of the late Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, and they will also be able to pray for his soul and also the family members who have been left behind, and the House in the afternoon will be paying tribute as well. So the members of Parliament have been encouraged to attend this in person, and this is something that I felt it is important. I should also be able to bring to your attention that there will be a special prayer this morning during the Uganda Parliamentary Fellowship that will be taking place right there at the Parliamentary Staff Lounge at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. I know I have done an announcement for Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. We shall invoice them as well. So this is to see how we can really get to know what is happening in our country, Uganda. So I felt it is important that I should always bring to your attention. All right, this morning, I know it is always a practice that when we wake up early in the morning, we are supposed to do what we call the general cleanness, right from ourselves as persons and also our environment where we stay. This morning, I would like to tell you that once you have woken up, make sure that you freshen up yourself by brushing your teeth and keep your mouth healthy to prevent what we call the toothache, tooth decay, and cavity. So this is a message for you this morning. If you have forgotten to do that, please, I'm reminding you, you can do that immediately. After here, make sure that you freshen up yourself so that you become fresh in the due course of the day and you don't have any problem, and you protect your teeth right there and your mouth as well. Remember, we ate yesterday night and we slept over, and there are a lot of chemical reaction, biological reactions or chemical reactions. I do not know because I'm not a teacher of biology, but I know there are reactions that took place. The enzymes were able also to do their work and also to catalyze what we're able to eat. And so, in the process of you snoring in the night, so there could be osmosis that took place, and also something to do with diffusion as well. So let me not confuse you with those jargons, but the fact is, let us freshen ourselves. It is important that you should always be cleaning yourself each and every morning to see that you're fresh in the due course of the day right there. Dear viewer, we still have more for you this morning, and I felt it is important that I should be able to let you know that tomorrow, 24th of March 2023, the whole world will be commemorating the World TB Day. So the World TB Day is tomorrow, and each year, as we all know, that the world commemorates World TB Day to raise public awareness about the devastating health, social and economic consequences of tuberculosis, and to set up efforts to end the global, that is TB epidemic. It is not pandemic, so TB is epidemic. So it is something that you need to know. So tomorrow is World Tuberculosis Day, 24th of March, 2023. So this year, the world has been called to see how they can really join in the effort to fight this particular virus that has really killed very many people. I will be giving you the statistics right there. You need to know that the date marks the day in 1882 when Dr. Robert Koch announced that he had discovered the bacterium that causes TB, which opened the way towards diagnosis and curing this disease. So TB is dated back in 1882. It's not just something that was discovered maybe yesterday. So the bacterium that causes TB was discovered in 1882 by Dr. Robert Koch. So those who have been in this sector of health for quite a long time, they are there. And let me tell you, the doctors that we are hearing about them, the issue did not just start maybe yesterday. So there are people who have been doctors in this world since time immemorial, for your information. So issues to do with the health started way back, not even during the time that NRM took over power. It started way back. So this is something that you need to know. If by 1882 a doctor was able to discover the bacterium that causes a TB, then you have to know for how long have we been living with TB in our midst. So you have to know that TB is real and TB exists, and we have to join hands together to see how we can fight this. So the World TB Day 2023, that is tomorrow, with the theme, yes, we can end TB. And that is the theme for tomorrow, that yes, we can end TB. And it is you and I to join hands together to see how we can fight together to end TB. So this time we are not talking about HIV, AIDS or COVID-19. We are talking about TB. And you know how devastating TB is to our social life, to our economic life, and to our health. This is something that we cannot joke around. For those who have never seen somebody suffering from tuberculosis, just take your time and come to Arua Regional Referral Hospital. Go to the isolation wing, where we do have those who are really suffering from this TB, and you will be able to see how they are really going through their life. It is not something easy. Let me tell you, the first mask that we put on during COVID-19 did not start during COVID-19. We started putting on first mask since time immemorial, for your information, more especially those who have been able to suffer from TB, and those who continue to work in the TB wing at different hospitals that we have in this country. Because for you to go and see this person suffering from TB, you have to cover yourself fully. You have to cover your nose using the mask, and they had the experience of putting on the mask. Even me as a person, I think I had the experience of putting on the mask in 2017 when I was doing a story for radio, and I had to visit the TB wing, and they gave me a mask to put on. So when COVID-19 came and people were told to put on masks, for me it was not news to me, because I had already got the experience of putting on a face mask, and it was not something difficult. So remember, fighting TB is our responsibility. So this year's theme, yes, we can end TB, aims to inspire hope and encourage high-level leadership, increase investments, faster uptake of new World Health Organization recommendations, adoption of innovations, accelerated action, and multi-sectoral collaboration to combat, that is the TB epidemic right there. So this year is critical with the opportunities to raise the visibility and political commitment at the 2023 United Nations high-level meeting on TB. The spotlight of World TB Day will be on urging countries to ramp up progress in the lead up to the 2023 United Nations high-level meeting on TB. So World Health Organization will also issue a call to action with the partners, urging member states to accelerate the rollout of the new World Health Organization recommended shorter all oral treatment regimens for drug-resistant TB. World TB Day is observed annually on March 24th, which is tomorrow, to raise awareness about TB and efforts to end the global epidemic, marking the day in 1882 when the bacterium causing TB was discovered right there. So let me give you the world statistics this morning when we are talking about tuberculosis or TB, as we look forward to commemorating the World TB Day tomorrow. The 74 million lives saved since 2000 by global efforts to end TB. So you need to know that 74 million people have been saved from this world epidemic that has really affected lives of the people that we have in this world. So if 74 million people have been cured from this tuberculosis, so you have to know that we can as well continue to see that these persons who have got TB are cured. So it is through what we call the global effort to end TB that can make us achieve in this fight against TB. 0.6 million people fell ill with the TB in 2021. This is the statistics that you need to know that. It is a world statistic for your information. And also 1.6 million people have already died of TB, that is in 2021. So this is the information, the statistics that we need to look at as we are talking about, yes, we can end TB as the theme for tomorrow's commemoration of the World TB Day right there. So in Uganda here, about 90,000 Ugandans, by the way, are diagnosed with TB annually. So meaning that each and every year, over 90,000 Ugandans are diagnosed with TB. So if that means that every year when diagnoses are done, 90,000 people are found with TB here in our country, Uganda. So you have to know that it is a very serious disease, that we should really look at. It is a very serious illness that we have to join our hands together to see how we can really fight. With the 30 dying every day. So meaning that every day there are 30 people who are dying of TB. And we cannot allow this to happen. Remember during COVID-19, at least we could hear 2 or 3 people have died of COVID-19. But when we are talking about tuberculosis, you have to know that 30 people are dying on a daily basis. And that is the statistics from Ministry of Health. It is not my own statistics. It is the statistics from Ministry of Health in as far as TB is concerned in this country. So in 2022 last year, about 477 new leprosy cases were reported, representing a 19% increase from 2021. So remember, there are more people who are, getting infected with TB. And TB, I mean, is it is a communicable disease, by the way, for your information. So meaning that you can easily get TB, especially when you are living in the environment where there are those who are affected, by TB. So meaning that we have to be very careful. TB affects us equally, and that is why we need to come together as a community to fight. While TB can have deadly health, social, and economic consequences, it is important to know that it is no longer a death sentence. Treatment is available if detected early. A good number of children with TB are either missed or diagnosed, but not started on treatment unless their parents have the right information. So as parents, we have to be aware that there are children who might be having TB and we are staying with them. Sometimes you might be saying that there is a witch or a wizard who is disturbing your child because your child is coughing in a very funny manner. But as a parent or as parents, we need to see how we can get to the health facility near us to see how this child can be diagnosed of TB, and if it is got, we start the treatment early right there. So early detection is key to successfully, that is treating TB, unless in years gone by. TB can now be treated effectively with the medication. It's something that you need to know, but many people still don't know the symptoms of TB or where to seek treatment. So let's spread the word and save lives by encouraging early detection. It's something that I felt it is important that I should be able to bring to your attention this morning. So I believe all of us, we shall be able to continue with the words in fighting TB. So the day is tomorrow, 24th, as my producer has been able to put it under your screen. So don't forget, tomorrow, Friday, 24th of March, it is the World TB Day. So the whole world will be commemorating the World TB Day. So the bacterium that causes TB was discovered in 1882. So how many years of that have passed that we have been living with TB? So you have to know that TB is real, and it is me and you to see how we can really join hands together to fight this particular virus. Still on the matter of health, I have to tell you that the nodding disease syndrome victims in northern Uganda need to be supported. And yesterday there was a parliamentary committee on health sitting, and there were a number of issues that were really raised right there. So the Sure West Member of Parliament, who is none other than Honorable Okin PP Ojara, called on government to urgently provide nutritional and related support to communities affected by nodding syndrome. And they are saying that we have observed that good feeding improves the health for children with the syndrome. Yeah, so the nodding disease is still real in northern Uganda, and according to some experts, health experts, they have said that there are no new infections that are being registered. There are no new persons that are affected by nodding disease being registered, but those who have been affected already need to be supported. So this is something that you need to know. So in 2021, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, that was around December 22nd or 23rd there, through the office of the Prime Minister, she was able to deliver food supplements to the communities, to the persons affected by nodding disease syndrome right there in Kitgum, and through that is the Gulu Archdiocese organization led by that is His Grace John Baptist Odama. So I thought this would really continue. So we also urge the government to continue supporting such families and communities who have been hit hard by nodding syndrome right there in northern Uganda. So the health committee chairperson of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, who is none other than the municipality member of Parliament for Koboko municipality member of Parliament, that is Dr. Charles Ayume, said that the committee will visit the affected communities, interface with the stakeholders before engaging the office of the Prime Minister to support the communities affected by nodding syndrome right there. So we continue to call upon the government to continue supporting those that have been affected by nodding syndrome in northern Uganda. And remember, Minister of Health is also committed to seeing that these persons who have been affected by nodding disease syndrome are helped in northern Uganda right there. So away from that, let's get to issues here in Arua city. You have to know that those who have been missing their pension money, they have been called upon to validate their files and also provide necessary information so that they are supported by the government of the Republic of Uganda. So the civil servants in Arua district are worried over the delayed verification exercise, that is to see them access their arrears paid by the relevant ministry. So the complaints were raised as Arua district local government runs a verification exercise that is ongoing in order to clean the backlogs of cases of those who have been able to miss their pension money. Some of the civil servants shared their experience, saying that they have been moving up and down, but they don't get anything into their account. And this also goes to the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, and I know the State Minister for Veteran Affairs, Honorable Huda Olero. We also do have the veterans who up to now they have never seen what pension money is. So, and I believe that each and every year Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs move across the country to validate the files of those who are supposed to benefit from the money that is meant for them. And I have to tell you that there are some that are my personal person who have missed this particular money. And I believe this time around, before getting to 2026, they will be able to get their money because they have moved. Some of them had opened accounts, and what they go to see into the accounts, negative, and they're being told to deposit more money so that the account keeps running before the money is deposited right there. And I believe that those who sit at the general headquarters that is in Bombo, the UPDF officers who are in charge of this pension of the veterans and those who retired formally, they are doing something to see that they really get the money that they're supposed to get. It is their money because they worked for the money. And for you as a UPDF officer, if you retired officially and you have been given the past leave, you have the past slip given to you that you have been confirmed that you can now rest, you are given that particular money. So each and every month you're supposed to get something, a half of what you were getting when you're in the service. And so I do not know what is happening. So very soon we shall also be able to receive those from the general headquarters, that is Bombo, also validating the files. And there's people who have really validated their files. And I believe that this time around they should be able to enjoy their money now as we do talk. And I'm happy that the person in charge of the veteran affairs in this country hails from Western sub-region. And West Nile is one of the regions with the greatest number of veterans who need to benefit from their money that is called pension right there. So that's something I felt is important that I should be able to bring to your attention. Let us shift gear, and before shifting gear, let's go for a break, and when we come back we shall be able to give you more information that you need to know this morning. And you don't forget to like our Facebook page as well, and also get to our Twitter handle account for Westtnile Television, and get to the YouTube page as well. You can scan that is the QR code that is on your screen using your smartphone. Just go to that is the Google search point there, then you get to the camera, and then you just go to the screen, and then you will be able to scan the QR code, and it will take you to our YouTube page, and you will be able to subscribe as well, so that each and every time that Westtnile Television goes live on YouTube, you are able to catch each and every conversations that will be happening right there. Don't forget to drop your comments on the questions that we're able to ask you on that is our social media handles, more especially YouTube, and I will be able to sample those comments that you will be putting right there on the screen this morning before ending the Kokoliriko Show. My name is Denis. It is Kokoliriko Show on Westtnile Television. We are just coming to you live from the heart of Arua City, right here in Western Sub-Region, next to the Presidential State Lodge, plot number 39A, Weatherhead Park Lane. If you want to do business with us, you want to sponsor this particular show, the time is still there for you to do that. Good morning.
Westtnile TV, lighting up the region.
Family is not an important thing. It's everything. All family members, children of all ages, ladies in the house, and the big boys. StarTimes gives your family a complete TV entertainment, reliable signals everywhere in the country, standby customer care services, most affordable and convenient subscription. StarTimes, big on global, more local channel, most affordable. StarTimes is with you no matter the situation.
Well, be back. You're still watching Westtnile Television. My name is Denis, and I do still have more information that I should be able to share with you this morning that you need to know. You have to know that police is to retrieve COVID-19 accountability from Arua Regional Referral Hospital, and this is something that you need to know this morning. The Public Accounts Committee, central government has tasked Parliament's Criminal Investigation Department to retrieve accountability documents related to COVID-19 funding from Arua Regional Referral Hospital. This is after the former director of Arua Regional Referral Hospital, Dr. Nyero Philbert, and the internal auditor, Eric Olum, failed to provide evidence concerning that is the accountability for shillings 270 million COVID-19 funds. So all regional referral hospitals received the 270 million for the COVID, that is for fight on COVID. So the team was appearing before, that is the committee chaired by Honorable Medad Segona. If my producer can drop for us those pictures, and you confirm that it is true that the team appeared before the Public Accounts Committee, central government, that is chaired by Medad Segona, which is investigating unaccounted for funds as revealed by the Auditor General's report, forensic investigations into COVID-19, that is funds right there. So what you need to know that the committee established that the hospital had spent, that is 771 million, which is 501 million more than they were given. So the committee is a little bit perturbed and confused how Arua Regional Referral Hospital was able to get the 501 million from, where exactly were they able to get the million from. So while appearing, that is before the committee last week, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Health, Dr. Diana Twine, said that she could not clear the 500 million because she did not know about it. And according to Honorable Segona, the overlay spent amount of that is 501 million is a lot of money, and Ugandans will be therefore deserve knowledge on how this money was used. So the 501 million, how was this money used? So when asked where the audit report was by Segona, the hospital internal auditor, Olum, stated that they are at the hospital, and this made the chairperson organize transport and security for the officers to travel to Arua and bring the documents. So this is something that you need to know. The documents required include the audit report into the different hotels contracted to accommodate staff and patients during the lockdown. We want to know how many hotels here in Arua City were contracted to host COVID-19 patients by that particular time. The invoices for the supply and provision of meals and special foods to COVID-19 patients, among others. And you have to know that according to the Auditor General's report that I was able to see about Arua Regional Referral Hospital, that a plate of food was provided for those who were at the quarantine here at Arua Regional Referral Hospital, 62,000. A plate of food costing 62,000 here in Arua City. It's something that I leave to you to make judgment on, not me to make judgment. But I am asking a question. Do we have a hotel here in Arua that a plate of food goes at 62,000? And that is according to the Auditor's General report of the financial year 2020-2021, for your information. For those who want to get this Auditor General's report, just get to the portal of the Office of the Auditor General, and you will get everything. There are those opinions, there are qualified opinions, there are unqualified opinions, so they are there. So there are those that have been put to red mark, and very soon we shall be able to have the Public Accounts Committee, local government moving around to all these districts that we do have to query the accountability given to the Auditor Generals, and also pointing out the highlights that have been made by the Office of the Auditor General in as far as the usage of the public fund is concerned. And remember, each and every financial year, the ministries, departments, and agencies of government and local governments are facilitated with taxpayers' money to deliver services. It's quite unfortunate that we have money allocated for delivering services, and this money sometimes end up going back to the consolidated fund. So if the money goes back to the consolidated fund, should we say that the district leaders were able to do their work as required? So I leave that to you right there. So still on the issue of retrieving COVID-19 accountability from Arua Hospital, Some of the service providers mentioned include Alozio General Supplies. So Alozio General Supplies, you have been mentioned among those who benefited from COVID fund, and you need to clearly provide accountability to save Arua Regional Referral Hospital. Hotel Pacific, that is here in Arua, Heritage Court Limited and Heritage Hotels. These were the hotels, according to Dr. Philbert Nyago, contracted to supply the COVID patients with foods and other items that they needed during that particular time. So, Tororo District Woman Member of Parliament, Honorable Sarah Opendi, who said that those who would be found luring young ones into homosexuality should be castrated if they are men. She says on this particular matter of accountability of COVID-19 fund by Arua Regional Referral Hospital, she says that she questioned why the hospital had contracted a supply of food and also a supply of utensils, and that who were the people using the utensils if and she says that she asked the former director, Arua Regional Referral Hospital, whether those utensils are there at the hospital, and if the utensils are there, those are government properties, should be taken to a government store. And that's according to the woman member of parliament for Tororo. That is Honorable Sarah Opendi right there. So Dr. Philbert Nyago said that they used extra money and wrote requests to the ministry, but this money was not approved. The number of people sleeping in the hospital was 400 per day. That time, and that is the report from the hospital director and then of Arua Regional Referral Hospital, that people who are sleeping at the hospital got with the COVID-19 were around 400 per day. We had a section for health workers to rest and patients to get treatment. We also had 3 meals in a day, which initially before COVID-19 was never provided to patients and workers. And that's according to Dr. Philbert Nyago. And I felt it's important I should bring to your attention. So he emphasized that the funds were used to procure extra materials for the patients, which led to extra expenditure. And I believe that the patients who were treated at Arua Regional Referral Hospital, you can be witnesses to these particular, issues that are being raised by the hospital director before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, central government. You could be somebody who can save him in this particular investigation that is going on. Whether it's true that you were able to get some extra materials procured by the hospitals, whether they were utensils that were meant for you, disposables you were using for drinking water, to confirm that it's true that these were procured by Arua Regional Referral Hospital during COVID-19 period right there. Quoting him verbatim, let me read. At the time, there was stigma around COVID-19 patients. This forced us to purchase disposable materials. We had to add sanitary wear for our female patients too. I do not know, it is the female patients to confirm. All these small items as they appear brought a big expenditure. This is what exactly Dr. Philbert Nyago said to the members of the Public Account Committee of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, that is the central government. And this is a committee that is tasked with investigating and finding out how ministries, departments, and agencies of government are using public fund. So I think this has come timely, and we believe that they will reach to the conclusion of this particular matter so that Dr. Philbert Nyago can also rest. I do not know whether he will go and rest at his home or he will rest somewhere. I do not know. That will depend on the finding of the committee and their reports as well right there. So dear viewer, away from that, 13 minutes past the hour over 8 a.m. right on Westtnile Television. My name is Denis Oringi. Let us get more this morning that Uganda is on high alert over Marburg outbreak at Tanzania border. This is something that you need to know. And Marburg is one of the deadly epidemic disease that affects lives of the people, and we do not take this for granted, and we do not joke around. Something that claim life is not something to be joked with, and we need to be extra careful in preventing the spread of this Marburg. So Uganda has ordered for immediate that is screening and testing at its southern border following an outbreak of Marburg virus that has killed 5 people in Bukoba, that is in Tanzania. And Bukoba is not far away from Uganda, so we suspect that this can easily spill over to Uganda. So it is good that Minister of Health has really gotten the information, and they are working around the clock to see how they can also be alert in as far as screening at different border points really concerned, more especially the border points that are to the southern part of this country. The disease whose victims present symptoms such as fever, vomiting, bleeding in various parts of the body openings, flu and diarrhea has also infected, several other people in the area, which is closer to the Ugandan border. It is something that you need to know. Emmanuel Ainobiona, who is the spokesperson of the Ministry of Health, said screening and testing is being done at Kasesero, that is down in the southern part of this country, and at Mutukula border points right there. So the disease, which broke out in 2 villages in Bukoba and Kagera a few days ago, was only confirmed to be Marburg virus by the Tanzanian authorities yesterday. So this is something that you need to know right there. So to all those who are staying closer to the border, more especially to the southern part of this country, we need to be very careful, and you need to be conscious, and I urge the Minister of Health to be alert and to always get ready, to see how they can also be able to, continue with the message. So whenever we have registered such, we should really get to the community to spread the information. We should be able to sensitize the community. For me, I believe in sensitization and information sharing, because if we keep it within ourselves as the experts, and we do not really move to the communities, more especially the communities that are located in the areas that are prone to this virus, and then it will be bad for our country, Uganda. Remember, we are just phasing out of what we call the Ebola that hit us some months ago, that later on were declared to be Ebola free as a country by World Health Organization. So this time around, I think as a country, we should also be listeners of this virus. We just put our ears and we listen and we hear about the information coming from another country, but not us being part and partial of the virus. Sometimes it's good only to know how your neighbor is coping up with the situation, but that does not stop you as a country from getting prepared to handle in case a case is registered in your country. So the Minister of Health, you have to be on high alert to see how you can get rid of this. Marburg is a very, very deadly viral disease that we cannot take for granted, and we cannot joke about it. And I believe that we are up to the game right there. So that is something I felt is important that I should be able to bring to your attention. Let's move further and continue to tell you that Uganda passes a strict anti-gay bill that imposes what we call death penalty for some that is the people who will be part and parcel in the promotion and practicing of these homosexuality and also lesbianism. So the legislation, which now goes to the president, also calls for life in prison for anyone engaging in gay sex. Policies to stifle gay rights have been on the rise in Africa, in several African nations, for your information. And this morning we are asking for your opinion. What is your take on the legislation that has been done by Parliament as far as passing the bill, the anti-homosexuality bill is concerned, where it calls for life in prison for anyone engaging in gay sex. Now, you have to know that the Uganda lawmakers, who are the members of Parliament, passed a sweeping anti-gay law that can bring punishments as severe as the death penalty. The culmination of a long-running campaign against LGBTQ people in a conservative nation in East Africa. Now, the law, which was passed late on Tuesday night after more than several hours of debate, calls for a life sentence for anyone engaging in gay sex, and even attempting, by the way, to have same-sex relations would be met with a 7-year prison term right there. And the death penalty would be applied to, that is, people convicted of aggravated homosexuality, a sweeping term defined in the law as homosexual acts committed by, that is, anyone infected with HIV or involving children, disabled person, or anyone drugged against their will. So the parliamentary vote in Uganda comes as anti-gay policies and discrimination have been on the rise in the several African nations, including Kenya, Ghana, and Zambia right there. So the anti-homosexuality bill in Uganda also imposes a penalty of up to 1 billion Ugandan shillings. That's about 264,000 US dollar on any entity convicted of promoting homosexuality. People under 18 who are convicted of engaging in homosexuality face up to 3 years in prison, along with the period of rehabilitation. So this morning we ask you, what is your take on this anti-homosexuality bill that has been passed by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda? Is it in line with what those who human rights promoters are trying to say, that it is so grave to those homosexuals who are being targeted in this? So we have a comment. Let's have that flash on the screen. If my producer can, if the producer can really do that for me this morning. We have Awuza Fredox, who is saying that he's catching us live from Kampala, Nansana. He says that it is a great bill. This will help to preserve, that is, our African cultural norms, especially that is Uganda at large. Thanks for the show, Denis Oringi. We do thank you very much. Who's Fredox right there on, that is YouTube. We do appreciate you. For those who are following us from other, that is social handles, please, we can also sample your comments right there. Keep the comments coming, and just go to our comments box and you drop your comments right there. We shall be able to sample it for you so that you are really covered. So you need to know that according to the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Anita Annette Among, she says that this House will continue to pass laws that recognize, protect, and safeguard the sovereignty, the morals, and cultures of this country. That is according to the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Anita Annette Among, right there. So the bill will now go to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a close Western ally who receives almost $1 billion a year in development aid from the United States, but who has also been strident in his report of anti-gay measures. He has yet to show any sign that he will reject the measure. So we leave it to the President of the Republic of Uganda to determine whether this bill, the anti-homosexuality bill that has been passed by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, to come into full force for implementation by the different judicial system that we do have in this country, Uganda. So remember, if President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni does not assent to this particular bill, then it will not be used. And I know there are some people who are preparing papers to challenge these anti-homosexuality bills, more especially the health, the human rights agents. They are already, working on their papers because if you're to read from different comments that people are really posting on socials, it will really tell you that there are some people who are not in this in good term with this anti-homosexuality bill that was passed by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda on Tuesday. One of those members of Parliament who presented the minority report, that is none other than the Honorable Fox Odoi. He is one of those who is not well with the the articles and also the sections that have been provided in this particular bill that await the signing of the President of the Republic of Uganda. So we still continue to ask you to drop your comments using the comments section right there, and we shall be able to sample your comments in regards to this particular issue of the anti-homosexuality bill that has been passed by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. What is your take? If you have read the bill, is the bill appropriate enough to be implemented in this country called Uganda? And do you think the President of the Republic of Uganda will be able to assent a signature to the bill? Remember, in 2013, 2014, the same anti-homosexuality bill was passed. Unfortunately, it was challenged by some health rights advocates who said that the bill was not in order to be implemented here in our country, Uganda, and it really, haunt those minority groups who are to be accorded their rights. But as human persons, as Denis Oringi, I have my reservation. You too, you might be having your reservation. And what I love most, the Member of Parliament for that is Laro Pege division, and that is that other than Reverend Father. He's still a Reverend Father because he was ordained. He's an ordained priest. That is Charles Onen. Says that Honorable Speaker and the women in this house, the ladies in this house, it is really against us to admire fellow men if you ladies are here. That what makes a man happy is a woman, not a man. So that is what the Member of Parliament for Pechelaro Division, that is Reverend Father, who is being castigated for going against the law or the canon law of having feelings, because according to them, they say that the priests are supposed not to have that feelings. So people are writing different comments about him. But he has made his stand. He knows that a man should really go with a woman, not a man going with a man to bed. That is quite unfortunate. And I do not know the people who are supporting this. I do not know whether they are not married. Unfortunately, those who are saying that who are supporting the homosexuality in this country, these are people who are happily married, by the way, for your information. They have children, and they are living a happy life. They have everything. They have enough money in their bank accounts. They have vehicles over vehicles. They have apartments. They have business premises, and they're happily married. And each and every time they go back to their wives. But they're trying to push other people to something that they even know themselves that it is not right. So I believe sometimes education is also bad, by the way, for your information. It makes you think stupidly. So I'm not saying that those who are thinking rightly are thinking stupidly, but I think it disturbs somebody's mind. We have heard of people who have really studied a lot. They know a lot, and they end up getting mad. Should we say that maybe they are getting towards reaching that level of madness? They always say all of us were mad, but the degree of madness also vary. There are others who are 99% mad, there are others who are 20% mad, there are others who are 15% mad. And I do not know whether those who are supporting homosexuality, they are 99% not right in mind, or maybe the education that they have attained is really making them to go, out of hands, and they need to kind of sit down first to re-examine themselves. It's quite unfortunate that those who are supporting homosexuality to continue in our country are people who, they're happily married. They have women. Let me use those words. They have women because they do enjoy as well. So I do not know whether this person who is trying to say that the anti-homosexuality bill is very bad bill, he's living with a man as a wife in his home. I do not know. I am yet to find out whether it's true. Dear viewer, right there. So, okay, that is something that you need to know. 3 minutes to the top of the, to a half past, 8 a.m. Government to make statement on Kenya protests. This is something that you need to know, that the Minister of State for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, that is none other than Honorable David Bahati, has said that government will make a statement on the steps being taken to mitigate possible spillover effects of the demonstrations in Kenya Kenyans took to the street on Monday, 20th March 2023, protesting the country's cost of living right there. So his response was prompted by a matter of national importance raised by, that is the Busia Municipality Member of Parliament, who is none other than Geoffrey Marshall, during the plenary sitting yesterday on 22nd March 2023. Marshall said that the heavy deployment on the Uganda-Kenya border as a result of the demonstrations has affected trade and sources of livelihood of the communities living around the border. He called on the East African leaders to intervene and ensure what we call stability is restored in the region. Honorable Solomon, that is Silwany, who is the NRM, Bukoli County Central, said that the strike in Kenya has affected residents of Bujiri district, as well with Ugandan goods not allowed into Kenya. And also Nancy Nyakato, who is the Oima woman member of parliament that is on FDC ticket, says that fuel trucks have also been denied entry into Uganda and warned of a reoccurrence of the fuel crisis. So as a country, we have to prepare for any eventualities that will arise here as a result of the demonstrations and protests that are taking place in Kenya. So as a Ugandans, we should not bury our heads down thinking that everything is well. No, by the way, when our neighbor is having issue, more especially Kenya, we suffer a lot. Remember the fuel that we use here in our country, it is transported through Kenya to Uganda and even up to Democratic Republic of Congo. The fact is that we were taught in social studies that Uganda is a landlocked country, and indeed we are a landlocked country. We have ever experienced the reason why we are called landlocked country. So we have to know whatever is happening in Kenya, we have to pray. And I love the Catholic bishops in Kenya. They have come together to make a statement and calling upon, that is the president of Kenya, Williams Ruto, to have, a roundtable discussion and agree on certain things. Our time is up, dear viewer. I have to tell you that I am privileged to always have you watching Westtnile Television. Thank you very much. My name is Denis Oringi. We do appreciate you. We shall be able to give you more information that you need to know here on Westtnile Television every morning from the hour of 7 a.m. up to 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Today is Thursday, and more programs will be following suit right here on Westtnile Television. Continue watching Westtnile Television. Those who have subscribed to our YouTube page, we thank you very much, and continue following. And let us share the link to other people and invite them to like our Westtnile Television page. We do apologize that Facebook currently is having some technical issue that is going to be rectified, and we do apologize. I know there are some people who are reaching to Facebook page and you are not getting us as it was the case in the past, but I have to tell you that the technical team is working on that particular page, that is Facebook. And you can as well go to our Twitter handle page, and you can also follow Westtnile Television Twitter handle, where we shall be able to drop for you each and every information that you need for. As well, you can also follow me on my Facebook page, Denis Oringi, and my Twitter, Oringi Francis 11. It will bring for you the name Denis Oringi as well, and you can as well follow me on Twitter, and also continue following me live on Westtnile Television using StarTime channel 477, and also those who are following us live from their smartphone using StarTime app. We do appreciate you very much, and we thank you for always tuning to Westtnile Television. Stay glued to other programs that will be following suit after here. Good morning.